Today we're going to share some of our favorite Christmas memories with you. We've got all kinds of Christmas memories, and we thought it'd be fun to just sit down and share some of our favorite Christmas memories.
Let's go.
You want me to start?
I might be able to give one. One of my favorite Christmas memories is, it's not even exactly one memory, it's just a kind of a theme. So probably the better part of 15, 18, maybe 20 years ago. One of my favorite things was Christmas morning. We would wake up and do Christmas up here with Mom and Dad. And we would kind of pick one or two gifts that they got us that we thought were our favorite. And then when it was time later to go have lunch at Granny's house, we would all, so it would be us and both of my mom's brothers and one of my mom's brothers, his kids. We would all go down there, and cousin April is a year younger than us. So she was pretty much the same age, and she had two brothers, so we were always really close, the three of us. And we would bring like our favorite things, and we would show each other. So like one year we got these little play laptops, and so we brought those. And she would get different stuff too, and she would bring it to us and show us, and then we would kind of play with each other's gifts for a little while. So that's just one of my favorite memories of like things that we just wanted to share. That's why we wanted to bring them, so that we could play with each other's toys, which was sweet. But
that's a good memory.
It is a really nice memory. Sometimes it'd be clothes or like favorite pair of shoes, or it was just like the thing to whatever you got for Christmas that you liked, to take it with you or wear it if it was clothing to Granny's house. So
yeah,
I thought that was fun.
Yeah, those are good memories. I remember that, and that was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of funny because growing up, this still happens now, but growing up, we would get a lot of the same thing, and so whoever opened it first, which it didn't matter, that just always made me, if I seen you open it first, it always just made me twice as happy to open mine. And that's funny because now, when we were kids, we would just kind of open gifts all together, all of us at the same time with Mom and Dad, and then Mom had the idea, it's been a long time ago now, to go by age, so I'm always last, which I like because I love to just have plenty of time to see everyone else open the stuff, especially stuff that I got them, and explain, here's where I got this and why I thought you would like it. And so that's still kind of funny because I'll see Katie open stuff first, and then usually I'll have the same thing, which is nice. Favorite Christmas memories. I've got all kinds of Christmas memories. One of my favorite Christmas memories is just a couple years ago, Austin introduced me to the movie White Christmas, and I had never seen that movie. Let's see, it wasn't this Christmas, but maybe the last one. Not the past one, but the one before that. We watched White Christmas, me, you, Mom, and Dad, and I don't know, that movie was, I just loved that movie. I've already watched it this year, and that movie was just so cool and so special. And that was, I think, the Christmas before me and Austin got married, and we were already engaged, but we just decided, since we weren't living together, of course, yet, since we weren't married, that we would just kind of do our last Christmas, with our folks, and that was special to watch White Christmas.
Oh, but that is special. That made me think of another memory that I have probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Surely not that long, I'm not sure. We did for a few years what we would call Pressley Home Theater. And it would literally just be, hey Binks. Binks is sitting down here with us. Hello, Dare. We would, come on, are you coming up here? I would get blankets and sheets and different stuff and put it up in the living room and put it over the windows, and then put it over the entryway into the living room to try to make it darker than what it was. And I know people be like, why didn't you just wait till nighttime and turn the lights out? I'm like, that wasn't fun. What made it fun was that it was during the day, and that we blacked everything out. And so then we would watch movies, and one year we did that and watched Polar Express, and it was just and it was Christmas time, and it was really cozy, and it was really fun, and that was probably 2000, that might have been 2018. It was just fun. That was a fun time.
Polar Express is one of my favorite Christmas movies because, and I've said this on the channel before, but years ago when it came out in theaters, I think, was that 03 or 04?
Maybe 04.
Maybe 04, we went and seen it. We were in school and we went on a field trip to see it, and Mom got to go with us. and we just never got to do stuff like that. And it was really special. Not to make it sound like we had a terrible childhood. We did. We had a great childhood. But we just couldn't necessarily afford to go and do stuff like that, and so we didn't. But that was so special that we got to go with Mom and see this movie that had just come out in theaters. And I loved that movie. And because of that, I love to watch it every year. So that's definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies. And I think maybe me and you have been to a movie theater maybe like 4 times since 2004.
Probably. I don't know. I just don't. Well, we made a video about that, so.
Yeah, we'll link that in the description.
Yeah, why I don't like movie theaters, so not a big deal. But that did seem like a set aside special
And we also
time
seen
to see that
Narnia.
movie. We did see Narnia, and
Forgot about
that
that.
may have also been around Christmas.
Yeah, I think that was around the same time. We've had several white Christmases with snow here, and that has been super special through the years. I think one of those was 2014. Seems like. You don't think so?
No, I
Okay.
think I'm just trying to think. Yeah, maybe so.
And then one was, it's just been in the last couple years. It didn't really stay, but it come down really fast, and it was so beautiful. And I remember Dad had to go and get Miss Cindy at her house because she didn't want to drive in the snow, but she always would come over here on Christmas Eve, and we would have oyster stew and exchange gifts and hang out. And then, of course, she would come back Christmas Day. And so I remember he just went and picked her up because it was just starting to snow. And by the time she left that evening, there was a ton of snow, and it was kind of slick for him to be driving. But that was really special to have a white Christmas like that.
That was fun.
And I think in 2014, when it snowed really big, we went on a hike up the creek the next day because then it stayed really cold and the snow stayed for probably like a week.
Yeah, that is one thing. Living on the north-facing slope, snow stays for a long time up here. As long as the temperatures stay
as
cool.
long as it stays cool.
No sun gets in here to melt it. So it's like everywhere else, it will be no snow, and you come back up here, and it's like a snow wonderland, and it stays that way. But it made me think of something else. That was a Christmas tradition that Miss Cindy would do Christmas Eve with us. And, of course, she's not here. And I was looking at something in the store this morning. It made me think of her. It made me sad. You'll probably hear Binks. He's meowing. He's about to get into trouble. But, so, this year, Corey and Austin are going to be, that's very nice, Binks, are going to be spending Christmas in Buford with his family. And Mom and Dad said, well, what would you eat, Katie? Because we know you won't eat oyster stew. We're only going to buy one thing of oysters, so what are you going to do, Katie? And I was like, well, I don't know. And I said, well, what if I start a new tradition? And that started the shrimp scampi thing. I think I'm going to make some shrimp scampi and ask Uncle Paul. Granny can come too. I doubt she will, but obviously she's invited. And see if they want to eat with us on Christmas Eve. But they don't want oysters. I know neither one of them want them. So that's something I look forward to, maybe a new Christmas memory. That's actually something new to hopefully be able to start maybe a new tradition on Christmas Eve. And then obviously next time when you and Austin are here, we could just start something of eating something different instead of oyster stew, because that's not something I want to do. Of course, there's going to be all kinds of new Christmas memories coming.
With the babies, yeah.
With the babies. The one memory, though, that it did make me think of was when we were in... It's mostly elementary and like grade school, possibly middle school too. All of the little things that they would do with us around the holiday season, we would get all our work done. And so the last week of school would mostly be like review work or practice for testing, whatever. But there wouldn't be much to do. So they would come up with all these activities for us to do around the holidays. And there would be like one at least full day where we would all bring something like a little Christmas party. We'd have food, refreshments. We would make Christmas ornaments. A lot of the Christmas ornaments that we put on our tree are ones we made. And they would have all these little holiday activities for us to do. And oh man, that's just so nostalgic. And now they even make memes about it. And it's like Christmas, like, oh, I don't know what they call that, Christmas break or Christmas week at school, like 2004 or 2003.
Yeah.
And those are some really good memories because back then you're so little, you don't know anything other than the magic of Christmas. You don't understand anything
and they
more.
Would let the parents come in, so Mom would come in and volunteer and make crafts with us, and that was sweet.
No, that's some of my best.
I know. Just all those memories of being young and getting to be with Mom and Dad and Pap and Granny, especially before he passed away, and being at their house at the kids' table, eating Christmas dinner and Granny's Christmas tree, and just being with everyone.
And the excitement of every year Dad would do something a little bit different with the food. One year he deep fried the turkey.
That was good.
It was really good, but he would always do something just a little different, and I don't even think he knew he was doing this. And every year he would do that to see what Pap said, to see if Pap noticed, to get Pap's attention, to say, hey, Pap, what do you think about this? And the food was Pap's favorite part. So Dad really put a lot of effort into it because he knew that he would say, Jerry really likes this, so I'm going to do it like this. And Pap would go on and on for weeks until February about how good it was. And that was really a special thing, too.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite things that we've always done is we'll sing Happy Birthday to Jesus, and Mom would make muffins, and we put little candles in them and sing Happy Birthday to Jesus. And of course, Jesus is the reason for the season, and that's the best kind of memory, and the best thing overall is that we've been blessed to grow up in a family who does celebrate Jesus and taught us the importance of Jesus, and that's very important, and it's all too easy to often forget Jesus at the holidays. To forget the reason for the season, and of course being with family and everything is important too.
Well, and just the fact that I have all these special family Christmas memories of like love and happiness and warmth and just all of these good feeling fuzzy memories. I feel like the only reason I have any of those is because of Christ.
Yeah.
Because of what he did all those years ago, because of Jesus being born in a manger that one night. We went to a Christmas play last night, and someone sang the song, Mary, Did You Know? And that's the best part of that song is, Mary, did you know that the baby that you would soon deliver will one day deliver you? And that's it. That's the magic about all of it. Had sweet little Jesus not been born in that manger in a barn that night, none of this would have been possible. And then just the joy of love, of happiness, of family, of all of that, to even have the wonderful memories.
Yeah.
It's definitely him. What about you? Corey told me that one of her favorite Christmas memories was the first Christmas that you spent with Austin. Or with Austin's family. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I actually briefly mentioned that on a real recent video that we did here, but that was just, I don't know, something about that was very special. I guess maybe that was 2018 because we met in May, and then in December I went with his family to his extended family, and then kind of to their family Christmas, and I come home before Christmas. And I don't know, there was just something about that was just very special. We traveled to see his extended family, and it was just very special. Everyone was so incredibly nice. They still are, and we stayed at his grandma's house, and it was just this sweet, precious, cozy house, and I had my own little twin bed in this room, and it was just so cozy and welcoming, and there's just something about it that was so special, and his family made me feel so welcome, and I just really enjoyed it. And so I've only got to go back maybe twice after that because then COVID and everything. But that was a really sweet Christmas.
A special time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I also really, really deeply cherish the Christmas memories that we have with Dad's family. Christmas Day we would always spend here since all Mom's family's here. But we would pick a time. In recent years, as we've been older, it's been more of like a go for a day and come back, or go for a day or two and come back, because his family only lives about 2 hours from here, so it's not that bad of a drive. But when we were little, we would go and stay several days, and we would stay at Papa and Nana's house, and then we'd stay at my Aunt Wanda's house, and that's probably some of my best Christmas memories ever, because it was just
to mention that.
I don't know, there's just something that was so special about it, and it's just like on my in my darkest days, which I don't really have a lot of dark days, but when you're upset, that's what I think of, and it instantly makes me happy.
Yeah, when I was jotting down Christmas memories for this video, I was trying to remember some things I wanted to talk about. Big Lots and Kmart was on that list, which sounds strange, but when we would go out there and visit, we would go to Kmart, which I guess is closed now, and Big Lots. We actually have a Big Lots where we live now, but we didn't at the time. I loved going to Kmart. I don't know why I liked Kmart so much, but I did.
It was cool.
We would go there and Christmas shop, and it was so fun. All of us in the store together. Dad would be goofing off, being silly, and then we'd go eat somewhere. I don't know. It's just so fun.
It was just different. It was just different because it was somewhere else, but we were, the whole underlying thing of why it was fun is because we were together.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been fun if we weren't all together. My Aunt Wanda always fixed her house so beautiful.
So pretty,
Nana fixed her house so pretty. And it just seemed like, I don't know, it almost seemed like every time we went out there, it was just like taking a step back in time.
Yeah.
Everything seemed like it was older. Like this was a Christmas that would have happened in the 80s instead of, or even the early 90s instead of the time frame that it was, which was probably more like 2008.
Yeah.
Or even some of those early ones, 03, 04.
That was just fun. And we would always go to Fred's.
There was a Fred's there.
I've not been in a Fred's since probably that same time. Or
That Fred's
even still a
isn't,
thing.
I don't know, that one's not there anymore. It's something else, so I'm not sure. We would also, while we were staying there, go up to the movie rental, which is, I don't think there now either. Or maybe there's a different one, but there was Smiley's movie rental. And we would go get a movie, a Christmas movie, or probably the same kid movie we had seen 10 times, but it was our favorite. Nana would take us and do that, and it was just a great big time when they spoiled us, and it was just awesome. There was just, I can't even explain it, but it was just something about being there with them was magic. And so I just feel really lucky that I got to experience that here, but I got to experience it there too.
Yeah.
It was like, to me, it felt like two different Christmases. Back then, we would always go before Christmas to spend with Papa and Nana. Now we've been the last few years or so, we've went after, and we have it's usually just a day. We drive out there and we drive back because the older you get, you're busy and you got to come back and you're old and you're tired.
Yeah.
And you don't feel good, and I don't
That's
know.
true.
And conflicting schedules.
That's true. Lots of good Christmas memories, and we hope that you'll comment below and definitely share some of your Christmas memories with us. We love reading the comments. We try to read as many as we can. Anything else before we sign off?
I think this Christmas, well, for both of us, maybe I say more so for me, since the reality of me meeting my baby is a lot sooner than you. It's coming up quicker. This is going to be a really special Christmas for me, because this is the last Christmas of just me. And not to sound totally selfish too, this is my last Christmas before I have to deal with this evil baby. No, I don't mean that.
I know what you mean.
It's just, this will be the last Christmas that I spend. Oh, dude.
Oh.
Better be real careful.
It's okay.
Whew.
I felt teary earlier.
But it will be. It'll be the last Christmas that I
know.
spend. It's just me
I know. And Mom and Dad.
and Mom and Dad. So, but I'm so excited. I don't mean to be teary and crying because I'm like, oh, I want this baby to get here. Literally, that's the best Christmas present of all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited, but it is emotional. It's the first Christmas without Miss Cindy. It'll be the first Christmas we've ever been apart, but that's not really that big of a deal because I can just call you, and I'm sure I will all day.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
We can FaceTime.
Yeah, not really that big of a deal, but it's, the first Christmas without Miss Cindy, and I don't know. I hope Granny will come up here. She may not feel like it. Just be the last one. Whew.
I know.
Woo-hoo.
It's okay. It'll just be different.
But I really believe that next Christmas I'll be saying, wow, this is
Yeah.
the best Christmas of my
Right,
entire
how
life.
could I have ever
And-
went
and-
without this child?
Exactly. How could this have, I'm going to literally forget all these Christmas memories, and from now on, it'll just be the Christmas memories of me and my little one. And the fun thing is I get to start thinking, what am I going to do to build Christmas memories for
right.
him? Like, what is he going to remember? What can I do to make it special for him? So,
Yeah.
wow, I'm sorry that just come out of left field. That's ridiculous.
It's okay. I feel the same way. I do.
It's not a cliche, a stereotype, or a joke that pregnant women cry, because it's just, and I'm like that
You can't help
anyway. I've always
know.
just been emotional.
We're kind of emotional anyway, but it's true. We'll have all those memories. Now I'm gonna just start doing the crying.
I'm gonna dry
We
it
gotta
up.
get off here. But we'll just have these Christmas memories. We'll always have those, and that's how it is for anyone else. That's like Mom and Dad have those Christmas memories with their parents, but then of course they had Christmas memories with us, and just different stages of life. But we're very blessed that we have those memories, and we're excited to make new ones.
Oh,
and,
I am.
and again, comment below and share your memories with us.
Yeah, and I'll be very interested to hear if somebody's Christmas memories involved their favorite and cherished trip to Kmart.
Yeah, we want to know about that.
Or maybe there's a store that you liked going in around the holidays because it's just fun, or it reminded you of your parents, your family, whatever.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know. The Kmart's pretty goofy, I know, but
Yeah, we liked it though. Well, we hope that you enjoy this video. We always appreciate you watching. God bless you. God keep you. Merry Christmas.
we'll catch you at the next one.
See you on the next one.
Oh my God.